To change or not to change? To change or not to change? Let's hover on the or, the place between changing or not changing. What tips the balance in the direction, in one direction or the other? Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and honored guests. Have you ever been curious about the moment before someone quits smoking? It's a powerful addiction, and yet one moment they're a smoker and the next moment they quit. I'm curious also what moment resulted in each one of us walking into this room and to join a Toastmasters club. What is the impetus to start or not start, to take action or not take action, to change or not to change? This is a vast, interesting, and intriguing topic. So I'm going to focus in on two areas that influence our or. First, the choice of change, and the second, the importance in learning and preparing to change. Choice. Each one of us has a judicious choice. I admit sometimes I'm stubborn and I don't want to change and choosing to change. And mind you, sometimes I am very open to change and in choosing to change. Our choices can have serious consequences when we're not open-minded. Eng and Chang Bunker were brothers and twins. Not only were they joined at the waist, at that time, in the about the mid-1800s, they shared a liver. And the surgeons did not know how to do this surgery, to share a liver, and the consequence was one of them would die. So they decided to literally share life together. And they earned their earnings by traveling, being part of a traveling freak show. In 1874, Chang died. So the doctor told Eng about this life-giving surgery that they now knew how to do that could save his life. And his wife and his doctor pleaded with him to have the surgery. His choice, he would rather die than live without his brother. And later that day, he died. What about being open to choosing change? Dr. Daniel Amen is a psychiatrist, a medical doctor fascinated with the brain. He observed that in every other specialty in medicine, they used things such as x-rays, CAT scans, MRIs, and a variety of tests to assist in the diagnosis, not just of the symptoms, but they collected the information. However, in psychiatry, they used EEGs, but they tended not to do brain scans. So he bought his first SPECT scan, and he started using it with every single client that came into his practice. And to date, he has the largest data bank on brain scans in the world. He utilizes the brain scans as part of his tools in diagnosing the health and the treatment for his patients. And in the face of being called a quack by the conventional psychiatrists who he chose to not follow the norm. And now he's making a big impact and he's laughing all the way to the bank. So, how is your choice affecting you to change? Where do you put yourself on this continuum of being willing to be open to your choice or being stubborn in your choice? The second area is the importance in learning and preparing to change. It is like you keep filling a bucket with water, and then at some point, one more drop is added and the bucket tips over. You're now willing to change. I'm sure you've heard of the 5 stages of change: pre-contemplation, contemplation, preparation, action, and maintenance. Let's take a person heading quickly in the direction of type 2 diabetes. And I say quickly because donuts for breakfast, McDonald's for lunch, Coke or energy drinks, and a candy bar for a snack in the afternoon, and pasta and chocolate cake. Day after day, slight varieties, but that's your diet. And now they start out in the pre-contemplation stage. They're not even aware that what is happening to their body or what they're actually doing is not normal. Little do they know, their diagnosis of type 2 diabetes is coming very quickly. They move to the contemplation stage because their best friend says, hey, let's go to this talk on the typical North American diet. And even though at that talk they're educated and they now know, they're not ready to do anything about it. But the internal changes now beginning to be seen. And they begin to prepare, preparation stage for change. And they're thinking about doing it in the next few weeks. And they begin to think about changing the way they shop or looking at healthy foods online or recipes online. Now they talk to their friend about the talk they went to. Then one day the balance is tipped. Change is in the air. Their action, they decide to eat a healthy breakfast and to set themselves up for the day. Oh yes, and then there's the 5th stage, maintenance. People screw up sometimes. For all of us, there's tweaks and there's maintenance and there's change that we need to do, and sometimes we have to get back up on the horse. Maybe you were contemplating about a change. People, what stage are you at? How might you move to the next one? Today, it is judicious to consider. We are all hovering on our own oars. What tips the balance? To change or not to change? That is the question.